Hi, I'm Julie Ehrke, Business Development Manager at Thysse, where I focus on helping my customers manage their printing projects. Today I'm here with Katherine Higgins, Communication Manager at St. Vincent de Paul, a nonprofit offering a host of services to community members in Dane County.
Hi, I'm Katherine Higgins. I'm the Communications Manager at the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Madison. You may know us for our 7 thrift stores across the county. We also have a host of charitable programs like our pantry, pharmacy, clothing, furniture vouchers, and a few programs for homeless people.
Tell us a little bit about your role at St. Vincent de Paul.
I do all of our internal and external communications. We have paid advertising for our thrift stores in Dane County and fundraising for all of our programs. So always telling our story, email, digital, social, website, telling our story to supporters, volunteers, letting them know the impact of their support, how they can get involved, and just what all we do here in Dane County.
Tell us a little bit about why you chose to work with Thysse.
We chose to work with Thysse because we were picking a new home for our newsletter mailings. It's a great piece for us to fundraise and share stories to our supporters. When I first reached out to Thysse, everyone was so helpful and engaging and creative, so it's been a great partnership. I really appreciate all of your ideas, and it just feels like an extension of our small marketing team, and it's always been something that I've never stressed about sending mailings over, and it's been a very reliable partnership for us for these years.
How has working with Thysse impacted your ability to work with your donors?
Working with Thysse as our print partner has enhanced how we share stories and impact with our donors. Having quality print pieces, creative elements has really kind of upped our brand, upped our message, upped our story. To let donors know the true impact of all that they make possible. We fundraise quite a bit for our charitable programs and want to keep our doors open to help people. So quality pieces that tell donors the impact of their gift is really, really meaningful and really important to us. And the mailings aren't just one-time items that go to mailboxes. We share them in our stores, we share them on social. All of the print elements combine with our other marketing means. So it's really a total package, connecting with our email marketing, digital elements. So it all works together.
Omni-channel.
Exactly, it all works together.
Great, great. Well, let's move on to the big celebration we have going on this year, 100th year. We had the pleasure of working together on your booklet. Tell us a little bit about how that started and how we got to where we are.
2025 is St. Vincent de Paul's 100th anniversary, 100 years of Vincentians working here in Dane County. So we launched the year in April with a kickoff event celebrating everyone that's been involved, showing the community the support we've had, the impact that we've made. In the fall, we'll have a fundraising event to raise money to keep our programs open and ready to serve. And then next year, we'll have a wrap-up event. But the whole Centennial is really about sharing stories, sharing our impact, sharing the love with supporters, letting them know what they make possible, and really bringing more people into the fold, sharing these stories of people being so dedicated for decades to help neighbors in need, and really just kind of amplifying our brand and letting people know who we are.
Great, so celebrating where you've been and where you hope to go.
Yes.
So in celebrating your 100th year, let's talk a little bit about how we got to this point, this beautiful booklet for your anniversary.
Preparing for our Centennial, we had a partner come in and design a display historical exhibit for us, and we knew we wanted some sort of book, a catalog, memorabilia piece that people could take home, kind of in the vein of you're going to a museum and you see this beautiful exhibit and you go to the gift store and get this book.
Tell us a little bit about the story of what you wanted the book to tell.
Sure. The story of the book is St. Vinny's 100-year history in Dane County. So celebrating 100 years of Vincentian service by volunteers, members, supporters, and again, always showing that impact. We wanted to show a great variety of people that have been involved in this service for decades. We used some archival photos, some images from the Historical Society of our old buildings, really showing our stores, services, all the blessings we've had, and then some of the challenges. Some of the challenges that we faced over the decades and how we overcame that.
So tell me a little bit about your experience with working with our design team.
Working with the design team was a great experience. It was very collaborative and very helpful on our end to rely on their creative team for designing the layout, making all the pictures look pretty, getting all of our content organized. So it was great to have a second set of eyes looking through everything, paying very close attention to those details. And it's always been a very personable service as well. Like you can tell the team at Thysse really cares and wants to create a quality piece that tells our story and
follows your brand guidelines.
Follows our brand guidelines.
With the other colors. Yeah.
Exactly. It was very fun in the initial meetings, just talking about the project and not having a specific image in mind.
We often get customers and clients with projects that have constraints of some sort, whether it be budget or how quickly they need it. When we get the green light to spend time and effort and really get to exercise our creative legs, it makes the whole project a lot more enjoyable, makes things a lot more fun. We get to explore new ideas, we get to try new things. My name is Christian Stoltman. I am one of the graphic designers here at Thysse. I do primarily print design for St. Vinny's. My job was to basically consult with our customer and figure out exactly what they needed as far as their Centennial book. So I sat down with our customer and figured out the layout, how many pages we were going to put together, what exactly they were looking for, and made it come to life. So we were given a whole bunch of digital assets for this project, right? So we're given a brand guide from St. Vinny's, which gives us direction as far as what to do with their brand, how to use their brand assets, and how to come up with something that fits in line with their brand. We're also given hundreds and hundreds of photos and news clippings and all that information. And it's our job to sit down and examine all of that, inspect it, and do our due diligence, do our deep dive research into their history and what the brand looks like and how it feels, how it comes off to people, and take all of that information and communicate with St. Vinny's to give them something that fits in their brand and makes sense and is coherent and is easy to process for people who have no idea what the St. Vinny's brand looks like or what their history looks like. So really the communication with St. Vinny's was crucial.
When Christian passed along the first bare bones couple spreads of the book, it was perfect. It was like, that's exactly our branding, totally understood the vibe we were going for. So it's nice to know that an outside voice can tell our story effectively and we can rely on those kind of creative ideas.
I think anytime an organization celebrates an anniversary, especially 100 years, which is crazy to think about, that makes it a very special occasion, right? So we need to try our very best to provide them with a piece that checks all the boxes and makes everybody, them, us, our production crew, everybody, makes everybody really proud of the piece. I think that was probably the biggest motivator for us, is just really providing something that is very, very special for such a momentous occasion. The thing that makes me most proud is that we achieved that, right? So we checked all the boxes, we provided them with something that was a piece that they could be proud of and share with people, and we're excited about. So seeing the smile on their faces when they receive the piece, knowing that they're excited about it and really feel happy about it, is something that we take a lot of pride in.
It was just a really great creative adventure and something we had never done before. So it was a great experience learning and using all these amazing archival photos and quotes from people. It was great to share their stories.
It really was fun to see this just kind of evolve over time, coming from working with the designer, Christian, and yourself, and pulling all the images together. So how are you using the book now? It's printed and it looks beautiful. How are you using it now moving forward?
We're using the book as a gift for our Centennial events. We had one event back in April, and we'll have a couple coming up in the next few months. So it's a great, memorable piece that people can take home. They can, again, look at the beautiful historical exhibit and have this book to sit on their coffee table and share with family and friends for many years to come. We're hoping it's a great kind of historical piece, capturing this moment in time of celebrating 100 years, celebrating all these people involved. So something people will treasure. Also hoping that it gives people a chance to reflect on their own St. Vinny's story. So the last page we left open.
I was just going to mention that. That last page is a great idea.
Yes, the last page we left open kind of in yearbook style of, write your own St. Vinny's story. Everyone has a story of getting involved, why they volunteer, the best thing they found at St. Vinny's thrift stores. So just giving people the chance to reflect back on their own experience with St. Vinny's, because there's so many great stories out there, and just really bringing again the love to people and bringing out those stories of impact.
So what are you most proud of with this project?
I am most proud of this project being kind of a central spot to look back at 100 years, kind of capturing the moment right now in this really important time for us. I'm proud that we captured it in a beautiful, creative way that is not a ton of words, actually. It's just a lot of happy, smiling faces and just showing a lot of the people that have been involved.
I was glad that you chose to work with us on that project, because it really did turn out to be a beautiful piece, to be able to showcase everything about St. Vincent, where you've been, and 100 years of this a wonderful service that you're providing for us. And I think the best part is just really seeing that final piece. It was just a beautiful piece, and I'm glad that we got to be a part of it, and I'm glad that you chose to work with us.